I'm going to tell you everything I learned during my Hermes shopping in Shanghai. This time, including the quota bag spending ratio. You will find it super interesting and valuable. And I was also offered a limited edition Birkin 25. I'll tell you how I was offered this bag and why I rejected it in the end. Let's get right into the video. So there are multiple boutiques in Shanghai and I visited two of them. One is inside of the IFC mall and the other one is the Hermes flagship, Hermes Maison on the Huaihai Road. If you missed my Hermes boutique shopping vlog video, I'll link it down below for you to check it out after this video so that you can see what they have available in the Shanghai boutique and also how these two beautiful boutiques look like. Generally speaking, appointment is recommended, but it's not mandatory. For someone like me, didn't even have a SA, I can just walk in and wait online. Usually weekday, the line is shorter, but weekend you will have to wait for longer. I was able to get in by waiting in line on a weekday. What I love about shopping Hermes in Shanghai is that there's no lottery system. You buy what you want. The entire system feels less gamey than the system in the US. Like, you know how in the US, you never know how much you need to spend in order to get that quota bag until you are actually offered that quota bag. But in Shanghai, like a lot of Asia cities, you could actually talk to your SA about a rough spending ratio before you start the journey. So you have a rough idea how much you need to spend. This is the biggest difference between shopping in Asia and the US. Of course, I'm not talking about any exceptional cases here, but even from my own experience, I could actually get a quota bag with the set and expected spending ratio. Because on my shopping day, I was even told that I could bring the limited Birkin 25 bag with all my spendings together, which I think is really nice because you are guaranteed a bag instead of a possibility. If you watched my Hermes Paris shopping experience video, you know I'm sort of still traumatized from that experience, so it's actually really nice to be able to bring something back on the same day. With that in mind, I walked straight up to a random SA when I visited the Hermes boutique inside of the IFC mall. I was very honest and I said, oh, I'm actually only gonna be here for a few days. And I'm looking for a neutral colored Birkin 25 preferred in Togo leather. Can you please let me know how much I need to spend in order to bring this bag back? So the SA was really honest and straight up told me a number. And he said, if you would like to get a neutral colored Birkin 25 in Togo leather, you have to roughly spend about 180,000 RMB, which is about 25,000 USD pre-spent excluding the bag. The bag price is similar to the bag price in the US as well. What do you guys think of this spending ratio if you are guaranteed to take the bag back? Then out of curiosity, I also straight up asked, hey, what if I want to get a neutral colored mini Cali in epsom or shaft leather? How much I need to spend about that? And he was very hesitating and he said, even you spend about 250,000 RMB, which is about 35,000 USD, I still cannot guarantee you a mini Cali. That's how difficult the situation it is right now in Shanghai to get a mini Cali. Not only there is a total spending requirement, but also not everything that you spend could count toward your spending history, and also some of it will be counted toward your spending with a percentage. Generally speaking, the SA told me that they prefer the spending to be home goods, even furniture, ready-to-wear, shoes, especially men's ready-to-wear. I also asked about the jewelry because I was thinking jewelry is smaller to bring back if I do end up getting it. The SA mentioned that I could purchase fine jewelry, of course, but the fine jewelry purchase will be discounted toward my total spending, which is not such a great deal for me. Each different fine jewelry counted with different values, so I can let her know what specific fine jewelry pieces I'm interested, and then she can tell me roughly how much spending from that fine jewelry piece can be counted toward your total spending. Overall, from this conversation, you can tell that they also prefer high margin spending category like women's, men's ready-to-wear, and home goods, and even furniture category. Overall, I do think that the price of Hermes goods like pre-spent items you purchase in Shanghai is quite similar to the US because every price that listed there is actually the after tax. There's no such thing as tax. It's the final price that you have to pay. And on top of that, if you have your US passport, then when you return, you get about 9% VAT refund back. And with the time that I went, the dollar was very strong. So it's actually not a bad deal to get a Hermes bag in Shanghai at all. If you watched my Paris shopping vlog last December, you probably remember that I found out that the spending history between the US and Paris are connected, that they can see the quota bags that I got from the US and before. So if I want to get more than 2 quota bags a year, it is not possible in Paris at all, right? This time, what's really interesting is just out of curiosity, I asked the SA in Shanghai if she can see my spending history in the US or any quota bag that I have got in the US in the past, and I was told that they cannot see anything about my US spending history. The account, the spending is not connected at all. Basically, literally, she told me she doesn't care how many quota bags I have already got over the year. Even I have already got 2 quota bags in the US, she's still happy to offer me the 3rd one. I'm sharing this is for those of you who have already got 2 quota bags throughout the year, and if you are interested in getting more quota bags, Shanghai might not be a bad destination to go to try your luck. I was told that the goal eventually is to connect the spending history together with the US and globally, but it's not there yet, at least for Shanghai. So after I visited Hermes in IFC, I already have a rough idea about my spending for a Birkin 25 if I wanted to get one. I didn't see enough things that I'm interested in the IFC mall, so I was thinking maybe I try my luck in another boutique to see that if I'm able to find more stuff and maybe can try my luck again. So I went to the flagship on the Huaihai Road. When I got to the flagship boutique and I just straight up went to a random SA, and I also was being very honest, and I said I am only here for a couple days. Is there any possibility that I can bring back a Birkin 25 with some ready-to-wear spending, which I'm very interested in this season's ready-to-wear, and a couple of pieces that they have in the boutique, which I tried on and showed you in my Hermes shopping vlog. She told me to wait a second, then she checked and then she said it was my lucky day because she has a limited edition special Birkin 25 to offer to me. Then she took me to the small room. She closed the door and she actually opened up, showed me the bag. So this is the limited edition Birkin 25 I was offered. The bag is in the blue sapphire color. The top is in the swift leather gold hardware. The velvet looking material is tougher touch. I touched the velvet looking part with a glove since no customer is allowed to touch the bag. I have to say it is a really cool looking limited edition Birkin 25. So the retail price of this limited edition Birkin 25 is about 110,000 RMB, which is about 15,000 USD. I think it's a pretty reasonable price for a limited Birkin 25. So the sales associate mentioned to me that if I'm able to pick up a couple of women's ready-to-wear, I tried it on, and pick a couple more of men's ready-to-wear to make the total pre-spend about 200,000 RMB, which is about 27,000 USD. Then this limited edition Birkin 25 is mine, and I can bring it back on the same day with all the items that counted as pre-spending as well. However, For the rest of the spending, she highly recommended me to only get the men's ready-to-wear pieces, and also she preferred these men's ready-to-wear pieces are like high-ticket items. She recommended 2 of them. Each one is over 100,000 RMB. Some of you watched my video for a while. You may know that blue bag is not my color of choice, and I have regretted many of my blue bag purchases in the past, and I end up sold them all. The other thing I asked is how am I supposed to clean the velvet looking, you know, the tougher touch material, which I have no experience, and then she mentioned that it comes with a brush I can use to brush off the dust. It is a really nice limited edition bag, but deep down I know I prefer leather over some random materials. If you watched my Hermes shopping vlog video, I have to admit that these couple of women's ready-to-wear, I tried it on. I actually do really like them, but their price is absolutely not enough to reach the goal of the pre-spend that she mentioned. The 2 big-ticket men's ready-to-wear piece that she recommended over 100,000 RMB that I tried it on all look really bulky on me, and I'm not too crazy about these 2 pieces. After I calculate the price, even with all the women's ready-to-wear spending, I'm afraid that I couldn't get to the pre-spend that she asked. In addition, I quickly did a calculation on my phone, and I think 27,000 plus 15,000 bag price would be around 42,000 USD, which is a lot of money for me to spend in one single setting. As much as a lot of you may know that I really wanted a Birkin 25 so bad, but I'm afraid that I couldn't get to the pre-spend, and the biggest reason is that the bag itself is not really something that I was looking for. I know myself so well that I feel over time I will get less excited about this bag, and I just don't think this bag is for me. I think to me it was a really nice experience to get to see what's available and also get offered a Birkin 25 in my visit. Also, the price is not bad. You can get a VAT refund. The biggest plus is that I am guaranteed a Birkin 25 if I do spend there. Also, it's possible for those of you who have already got 2 of your quota bag for the year. I think Shanghai is a great option to try your luck. At the same time, if you remember the spending that I mentioned, the pre-spend is not a low ratio either if you really calculate it. Also, the biggest thing is that if you have to do the pre-spend in all one setting versus like you're slow burning over time, which you don't really feel that much, it is a huge difference. Ultimately, if I was offered a regular Toggle Birkin 25 in the neutral colors, and I think I will absolutely pull the trigger if the bag is what I like. I will absolutely revisit Shanghai, and I would love to try my luck again in the future. Let me know what you think and if this information is helpful, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye!